Hello everyone. Or anyone who might be watching this or might actually watch this. As you can see, I am doing a speed coloring. I guess that's what you would call this. It's not a painting because I'm not using paints, and I didn't show you me drawing it, so I'm not drawing. I also didn't show you me tracing with a fine liner, so it's not me tracing either. So it's basically me coloring. So it's a speed coloring. Okay, speed coloring. I used alcohol-based markers on some Canson watercolor paper, 9 by 12. And first, I'd like to say watercolor paper is made to absorb liquid, so it will absorb your ink. I didn't have too much of a trouble with this, and I could be talking out of my ass right now. Maybe it doesn't absorb that much ink. I don't know. All I know is it worked fine. I didn't have too big of a problem. I enjoyed doing the picture, not the painting. I enjoyed drawing the picture, and then I enjoyed coloring it with the markers. I'm so used to painting these pictures with acrylic, so it's so weird to say markers instead of acrylics, but it was done in markers. The marker brand is Studio 71. I don't dislike them. I like them. I don't have anything to compare them with, but I enjoy them. I mean, the only thing I could compare them with is water-based markers, like Crayola water-based markers, and well, that eats through your paper, so I don't dislike them either. I also used color pencils, some Prismacolor pencils, just a little basic set of them. It's got like the basic colors: brown, black, white, red, blue, green, yellow, purple, light blue, dark brown. I mean, just the basic colors, nothing real fancy. I would like to get more. I didn't dislike the color pencils either. They really did do what I wanted them to. And what else? I mean, you didn't see me do I had to cut out quite a bit of the me coloring in the backboard of the bed because, well, if I would have left it in, it was gonna be over 20 minutes long, and I don't think I have anything to talk about for 20 minutes. I don't even know if I have enough to talk about now. As you can see here, I'm coloring in like a shelf, and I'm taking a 005 fine liner pen to scratch in some wood-like texture, and I think it turned out very nice. Here I am doing like a little wall art type thing, but they're my initials. So I figured since I was gonna sign my initials to it anyway, I would just put it on the wall as if it was the girl's initials, and it was the art she had on there, like gold little initials on her wall. I think it turned out nice. And my initials are MT. It is not a J. That is a T. It's a cursive T. And I also added some flowers and gold vines and leaves under the shelf to just look like more art, so it wasn't blank because I didn't want it to be blank. I colored the wall blue, and the blue that this is called is sapphire blue and denim blue. The dark one is the sapphire blue, and the light color is the denim blue. And I thought it looked really nice. You do not get to see me color in you don't get to see me color in a large chunk of the wall either because, well, for one, I was out of frame for a part of it, so I cut that out. and 2, it would have been long. I try to leave in some so you can see what I was doing, but then I try to cut out enough that it would shorten it and you can still see what I was doing. Here, I'm starting to creep out of frame. I tried putting tape up so that I would know where my camera stopped and started and all that, but my picture kept sticking to the tape. So I took it off and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna have to risk it. And here you can see I'm just finishing coloring, about to be out of frame. Really about to be out of frame. I'm probably coming up to the part where I just cut it out because I was really scooting over. So I might not be able to get 3 videos out this week again, but hopefully I can get one out tomorrow. We'll see. My kids are pretty good about being quiet long enough for me to do videos and do talk overs, but you might hear a kid in the background now, and he's playing. As you can see, I was using a Q-tip. I was using 91% rubbing alcohol, and I was using it as if it was a colorless blender because these are alcohol-based markers. I figured, since I don't have a colorless blender, which is on my list of things to get, maybe even today, that I would just use alcohol. Alcohol markers should work together, right? So I figured, I could use it to blend out the gray so it wouldn't be so harsh. Because I really don't like harsh lines. I really don't. I like that blended look. That's what I like about paint. I can blend it very nicely. But I like the markers because I can do, this probably would have took me all day long. This could have been an 8-hour picture if I was doing it in acrylics. Even doing it in acrylics because I want a really blended look, and I don't know, I just constantly go over things to make sure it's blended and that it looks good. Well, with the markers, it was only 2 hours, and I was getting pretty good blended looks, and I liked it. As you can see there, I was deciding whether I was going to make that pillow that says love on it pink, or if I was going to leave it white, and then I decided to make the other pillow pink. Pretty soon it's going to cut out, and you'll see the blanket she's sitting on, her bed, her blanket on her bed is going to be colored and designed, and it's gonna be colorful. I drew some pattern on it off camera, and then I traced it with a fine liner off camera, and then I colored it off camera. I probably wouldn't have, I had to charge my phone, so I just decided to do it all off camera. I thought people would more or less enjoy me coloring her than actually coloring the bed sheet thingy. What are they called? Comforter. Bed comforter. Yeah. As you can see here, I am now starting to color her. I actually messed up on her hand and made it dark. But then I thought, well, that part would be darker anyway because, well, she is in front of it, so the light wouldn't be hitting it. So, yeah, it turned out alright in the end. Here I am, I'm just shading in her skin. The colors I used were called Parasol, I think, and light peach or pink, light pink peach, something like that. And well, as you can see, I kept dropping it. I was using 3 different colors, and I don't fully put the caps on them when I'm doing it like this because I'm trying to be fast so I can blend it before it dries. And so you'll see me drop the markers a couple of times, unless I cut it out. And that's a possibility. You might not see it. We'll see. Yeah, I don't see anything else to tell you about this part. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm just coloring and shading her skin. I use a lot of skin tone colors to shade it in, and when I paint, I don't. I use like blue and stuff like that to darken colors and stuff, and like I'll use a mixture of cobalt blue and burnt sienna, and use that as like my dark colors, my shadows on skin. But with markers, I'm not comfortable yet enough to use different colors to shade, and because I had so many skin tone shades already, darker and lighter, I just used those to do it, and well, I liked how it turned out anyway. I mean, it's an illustration. I didn't make it to be like lifelike. It wasn't supposed to be like hyper realism or anything. At the end, I also put some freckles on her face, but you don't really see me do it. I used color pencils to do that. Right now it looks really weird because I haven't done her eyes yet, and I usually do, when I'm painting, I'll do one whole eye first, and then I'll do another whole eye next, and then I'll do her skin, like her nose, and then her chin, and her cheeks, and her forehead, and then her lips are usually always last. This time, I think I did her eyes last. I don't know why I did it that way. I just did. It just seemed right. I just went with it. I really should probably look up music so I could put it on these videos too, because, I mean, who really has something to talk about for like 15, 17, something like that minutes? I surely don't. I mean, I guess if, I had more followers and stuff that I could actually, get questions from or something, that would pass the time, but right now I have no followers, but like 3, and I don't, don't know what to say. I mean, other than it sucks, I only got 2 videos out so far, and I was trying so hard to get a third one up. I was trying to get so hard to do one yesterday, and I kept recording and recording, but my phone kept dying and not wanting to charge fully, because I have to I have to wrap my charger around my phone, so I was constantly trying to wait for that thing to charge. It took till this morning basically for it to charge. And well, that's why I'm just now putting out another one. I'm still gonna try and get one out every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But again, I'm not gonna promise. I'm just gonna try. And until I can get either a new camera or new phone, this is what I'm gonna have to work with. And it is very hard, but I guess it also helps me appreciate when people watch it, and when people like it. Nobody said it was gonna be easy. As you can see here, I'm using color pencils to deepen shadows and to do a little more finer detail to the picture. Actually, I do think after this, I do think you do see me do the freckles. If I'm not mistaken, I do think I leave that in here. It's like right now I'm doing the eyes and the highlights of her face and trying to brighten them and whatnot. But I think, oh, right here I'm doing like her eyebrows and eyelashes. Just darkening them because after coloring over them quite a few times. Yeah, there we go. I'm doing freckles. Freckles. I really liked how that turned out. I usually never put freckles on my girls' faces, but I decided to today because I've seen someone else do it on their videos, and I've seen other artists with girls that have freckles, and I think it looks so cute, so I just had to try it myself, and I really liked how it turned out. Oh yeah, you see me color in the hair all the way through with the markers. But you will not get to see me, and I don't know why. I thought I recorded me doing this, but apparently I did not record me doing this. I used the color pencils, a black color pencil and a dark brown color pencil and a white color pencil to put in more highlights and shadows and to just make it look more like hair. So, but you will see in the end, on the end picture, that it does look more like hair and not like just blocks of chunks of hair. I think I do cut out, like, after this part, I think I cut out a chunk of it and then put in, like, you see me finish the hair. And the reason why was because, well, I just need to make more cuts because it was still really long. And here we are towards the end. I'm finishing up, trying to finish this little chunks of hair. It won't take much longer now because we're right here at the end, and you should picture, yay! And if you liked this video and I didn't annoy you too much, please subscribe and like and comment. Thank you for watching. Bye!